Hi everyone, hello. All right, let's do question today. Today is what is your favorite sea creature? That was from Little Steve. I know it's not pinned, but it's because we have a very special stream tomorrow morning. And I wanted to make sure everybody had the link for that because it's going to be loads of fun. But let's start off first. Emily, good morning. So I hope you're doing well. I'm a bit early. Can't wait for tomorrow's stream. Same. Tonight's actually, I just have a really cool story to share with you guys tonight. Story and excitement, and I'll get to it in a second. Let's see, Cece. Yes, Cece, you know what's interesting about the page? So what she's talking about is we are planning on coloring this page. Well, I mean, I think we'll get to the rest eventually, but mostly today we're going to be working on this one. I have looked at this page so many times and thought it's perfect for stream, but for whatever reason, I haven't done it. But we're going to do it tonight. And we're going to do watercolors, but rather than the soft pastel watercolors that I usually do, we're going to try and get them really vibrant like our last page. But let's go ahead and go through. I'm supposed to leave like a blank page, so we'll just put that there. Let's go ahead and go through our, we have here, Sigrid, hello, says, Josephine says, hello, I'm early too, got a bite to eat my glass of wine ready for my exciting Friday evening. Josephine, that sounds wonderful. Josephine, I was looking at the loyalty points, and you are getting really close as well, like really close. If you go to like the loyalty store, let me see if it's updated. Okay, no, Durbin's has updated because I gave Durbin's points from the other accounts. I combined them. So you are right under, you're getting really close. You're getting really close to reaching that first square. Let's see. Brooke, hello. Yep, tomorrow's gonna be great. Let's see. Megan, hello. Manatees. I love the manatees. Megan, did you ever watch VeggieTales? Where they go, Barbara Manatee. I was thinking about that whenever I think of manatees. I see great white sharks. You know, Emily, I get that. I think great white sharks get a bad rap, but they're actually really, really cool. Let's see. Allison, hello. Dolphins. Love dolphins. The Venus stream for change. Hybrid lady, all of them. No, that's fair. That's fair. Turtles and seahorses. Love them. Question of the day, octopus. I have a crocheted octopus, and actually, I crocheted a mini octopus with like yarn that you would use to make socks, and it's hanging from the rear view. Oh my gosh, words are hard. Sip of water. Let's try that again. Rear view mirror of the car. Brooke, also manatees, right? They're sea cows. I love it. Oh, penguins. I love penguins. Sea turtles. Yes. Let's see. Britt, hello. Let's see. Hang on, I hopped down. I don't want to miss anything. I'm missing stuff. Okay, so sea turtles. Carol, hello. Callie, hello. Let's see. Technically, they're not a sea animal, but I also love seabirds, terns, puffins, frigates. Oh, I love those too. There's a show the kids used to watch called Puffin Rock that was absolutely adorable. Let's see. Chris, hello. Kelly, hello. Let's see. Renee, hello. Renee, you are really close. Renee, you may even, I didn't do the math, but I feel like you could even reach it by the end of today. Definitely by tomorrow. Like, you're super, super close. Oh, awesome, Emily. Right? It is super cute. All right, let's see. Marilyn, hello. Vicky, hello. Let's see. Here for just a bit before I go nap, before I stream at 1 a.m. Oh, that's right. You have that thing with Tammy? Is that with Tammy? No, Monia. You have it with Monia. Ooh. Yes, get some. Okay, so maybe not by the end of today, but maybe by the end of tomorrow. Oh my goodness, yes. Get your nap in. Let's see. No, never have. Let's see. Brooke. They're blind. They're just blind. Wait, are they blind? How many points does a square cost? If you type in ! loyalty, that'll bring you to the store. But for the square with the vinyl name, it's 3,500 points. For the square with the hand stitched name, it's 4,000 points. Let's see. Right? Octopi are awesome. They're so smart too. Let's see. 4 a.m. Yeah, I think it'll be 2 a.m. I'll have to watch it back, Renee. I'm sorry. It'll be 2 a.m. and I gotta stream at 10. I'm very sleepy. Right? Watercolors are gonna be great. Let's see. Aspie, hello. All the tips. Talk through it all. Can do. Well, we're using the Arteza ones today. I have Winsor & Newton's, but I don't know. Honestly, ever since I got the Artezas, I use them all the time. Let's see. Let's see. B, hello. Let's see, up at 3 a.m. naturally. There you go. Let's see. I won't be there tonight. Did you get happy mail? For today? I didn't check the mail today. Honestly, I was out of the house a lot today, like the other day. But I will probably check it on Monday. But thank you. Let's see. Yeah, 1570. Oh, I love sea otters. Zoe, hello. Okay, so we're gonna switch over here for a second because I feel weird like looking at the camera. Like I feel like I want to look at you guys. Okay, do you see that right here? This little teapot. Okay, so I'm planning on making our living room, dining room because I'm still working on the decor. We've only been here a few months. I want to decorate it Lord of the Rings themed. So some of you may have seen, I haven't worked on it anymore because I felt like there was no point in getting paints out when I have to clean it all up to do stream tonight and tomorrow morning. So I haven't worked on it anymore. But, thanks, Britt. I've been working on this Lord of the Rings Hobbit painting because I am planning on doing Lord of the Rings and Hobbit decor. Sorry, trying to fit the quilt thingy in there. Anyway, so I've been brainstorming a lot of things because Steve wants to have some coworkers over for dinner. One of the funny things, you know the sign that they put on the front of Bilbo's fence where it says, no, what does it say? It says, oh my brains, no admittance except on party business. Okay, so when you come in our house, there's a bit of a hallway. Hi, Dawn. And then there is a little bathroom that is like, it's a half bathroom that is under the stairs. And then you have the living room, dining room. Anyway, so technically that bathroom is part of the whole shebang. So I picked up this at Hobby Lobby today. Hi, Heather. Oh, it's changing the, anyway, it's a wood thing. Anyway, it's going to say no admittance except on potty business. Not a party business. See what I did there? So it's gonna be in the writing, but it'll say no admittance except on potty business. But I don't want to spend an arm and a leg on the decor. I'm pretty crafty. I have God knows how much art supplies. And so I want to make a lot of it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby today, pick up a couple things. But before I went to Hobby Lobby, I decided to hit up Goodwill because I was just like, I haven't, because I'd been to our Goodwill before and it was, but I was just like, I have a theme in mind. When my ex and I lived with his mom briefly, by the end of it, I hung out, I abandoned all of you and turned out the door. Allison, I love that. So I found a couple cool items at Goodwill, okay? So I brought them home. This, when I found it, had like a bunch of corks in it, and I'm planning on painting this. And then Hobby Lobby, I swear, their clearance today was on point. It was insane. I got these little, oh, it's too bright. Well, anyway, little watercolors. They're Winsor & Newton. I got a set of pencils, like stuff that shouldn't normally be on sale. Like, you know how a lot of times their clearance section, it will be like chip stuff or worn stuff or whatever. No, it was all like amazing and 75% off. And I got all the really cool stuff. But anyway, so I found this lantern at Goodwill, which is super cool. I found another similar one that I took apart and I took the glass out. This one's also going to get painted. I haven't decided what's going to go in it yet, but while I was searching, I don't know what it was, Josephine. So it was, let's see, did I save it here? Yes. Okay. So here, I'll switch over to, okay. It was this one, but here's the funny thing, is the other Winsor & Newton watercolors, let's get that in focus. The other Winsor & Newton watercolors they had only had like 8 colors in them, and they were only like 17 something or other, but they were still on sale for $8.49. So I got this small set of travel watercolors, and it comes with a tiny paintbrush for $8.49. I was like, okay. So, but all of that to say, so, you know, I'm going to, yeah, it was totally random. They had like 3 of them there. So there's a lot, at least this was my Hobby Lobby. I don't know if like all of them are doing it, but yeah, I was like, and yoink. But yeah, so it was at Goodwill. and I was going up and down the aisles now that I had kind of an idea, and I actually picked up a lot of stuff like this little candle holder, super cute stuff that I can upcycle, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna make like some ivy and some flowers. So I was going up and down the aisles and I spotted this teapot, which it looks pretty nice, right? Like for like curating a Hobbit themed decor shelf. I just, you know, I knew it looked a little dingy, and it's, you know, a little dingy on the inside, and I was like, well, I don't know. And I went back and forth. I picked it up probably like 3 different times. It was like $9, right, Vicky? Let me get to it. So it was like $9 at Goodwill, right? Okay, so I get everything home, and of course, everything that I get from Goodwill, I either, you know, if it's clothes, immediately in the wash. If it's, you know, you can put it in the sink and wash it, you do. So I took everything outside real quick, you know, rinsed it all, brought it inside and washed it. And I'm, you know, cleaning it and everything. And I get it on the counter. And I was just like telling Steve, because, you know, I don't know if you guys can tell, it looks pretty dark, kind of like grayish, right? Now, I don't own anything that's antique. I don't own anything that's silver. Okay. So the more I'm cleaning this, I've seen silver before, obviously. The more that I'm cleaning this, my $9, guys, $9. The more I'm cleaning this, I'm just like, this seems really nice. Like, I thought maybe it was like gonna be plastic with like some sort of metallic coating, and I'm like, this sounds not, good night, Renee, good night. This sounds rather metallic. So I go ahead and Google. I'm like, how, you know, I put in there, I'm like, how can you tell if it's real silver? And so there were a couple tests. One, it's not magnetic. 2, I guess when you put an ice cube on it, it melts really fast. Not really quite sure how that works. Just wait. And the other one was, if you put any kind of bleach on it, keep in mind that if it is real silver and you put bleach on it, you can polish it away. It just tarnishes it. Anyway, but they're like, the other one is if you put bleach on it and it turns black, then it's real silver. So I was like, all right. So tried the magnet. It wasn't magnetic. I tried the ice cube. It melted, but I'm like, it's an ice cube. It's gonna melt. And then I got just a tiny Q-tip with some bleach on it, and I tested on the other side of the lid, and I was like, Steve, that's blackish in color, isn't? He's like, I think it might be. So I'm like, okay, so how or otherwise? And they're like, oh, well, if there's a stamp anywhere on the item, then there's a good chance. Okay, so we're gonna switch this over. Okay, so I took a little peek around it. Hang on, we're gonna move the book. Excuse my shaky hands, they are what they are. Let's see if I can, okay, here it is. We're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna get it in focus. Maybe, oh, it's because it's pointing at the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna get it in focus. There we go. You guys see that friendly little stamp there on the leg? I was just like, it says I.S.co. That's what it says. Keep in mind, like, you can tell it's pretty tarnished, right? I.S.co. So I go online and I Google I.S.co silver teapot. And you can pull this up and you'll see it. Now, keep in mind, it's not like it's worth hundreds of dollars, okay? But it's exciting because not only is it silver plated, it's not fully silver, but it's silver plated. It's from the 60s. So, by random chance, I went to Goodwill today, found myself a pretty Hobbit teapot. Turns out it is a 1960s vintage silver plated teapot. You better believe I dropped that $5 to get some silver polish. And it'll be here next week. I'm gonna polish it up and it's gonna stay all pretty on a shelf. Like, it's really pretty dingy on the inside. Like, I scrubbed it clean. Like, there's nothing that's like dirty about it, but you can see, like, I scrubbed it clean. I even used a little bit of toothpaste to see if it worked, but clearly it's not something that's going to be used, like, at all. But I was just like, you hear about this stuff online from people all the time where they like go to Goodwill and then they turn it around and sell it on eBay for whatever else. It seems like from what I'm finding, like depending on where it's being sold or whatever, like it's ranging from $30 to like $100, but still for $9, like actual silver plated, I was just like, okay. So needless to say, that was my exciting find of the day. I was pretty thrilled, but I will have, do you guys, I have a question. Do you guys want to see, like, I almost thought about making this a crafting night because like I have so many ideas of things that I want to make with the stuff that I have. Do you guys want to see like pictures and like stories or in Discord of all of the, right, Bird Lady? Exactly. That are turned into lamps? I haven't. Are they really, Zoe? Maybe it is worth more. But I'm gonna be doing like a ton of crafts for it. I found, well here, I'll show you. I went to, one of the reasons that I went to Hobby Lobby is because I wanted to go to their, you know how they have like their scrap material that is usually on clearance? So I got this little fella here. Okay, so the styrofoam's $5.49. I don't know if you've ever seen like wreaths in store. They're ridiculously expensive. Anyway, so what I found was this fuzzy green because I saw some moss wreaths there. This thing is sneezing fuzz everywhere. But the moss was like falling everywhere and it was just kind of grubby. So anyway, this is gonna get wrapped in this. And then I'm gonna make a bunch of felt flowers on it, so it'll be slightly less moss everywhere kind of wreath. So, what about tarnish? Try putting baking soda in an aluminum pan with warm hot water will clean the. Will it really? Okay, sweet. And I know I'm probably missed some people. Wait, what did Nightbot give? What did he pull? Oh, wrong thing, right? Oh, it's because it has the dots in it. Yeah, I saw the International Silver Company, right? And so I was just like, So needless to say, I had a fun day at Goodwill today, and I was very excited. And I was like, ooh, I need to tell Chad about it. Okay, we can get back to the colors here. So, worlds within worlds. Number 800, really? I might have to do some more research because it was just quick research today because I knew I needed to like get ready for tomorrow and today. But needless to say, despite the fact, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, rest up, Sigrid. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some more research, but I think it's safe to say that $9 was a steal. I was like, well, dang, man, you hear about everybody else finding steals at Goodwill. I never got to find a steal until today. I was very excited. All right, so Kerby Rosanes, until you're recovered. Oh, that's good. Yeah, rest up. Kerby Rosanes, Worlds Within Worlds. We are using... Now, I double-checked Arteza's website today. For whatever reason, they don't have these full ones on there anymore. They have smaller ones, but they also have tube watercolors. So if you go in the description below, I just have the Arteza link to the watercolors category. So there are some smaller pans. I don't know why they don't have the larger ones. Honestly, I kind of put off doing any more Arteza work for a while because between the move and me trying to do everything else, I just haven't had the... It's the same one. It's from the 1940s. Ooh. Okay, I clearly need to do more research. The fact that it had the stamp got me really excited. So yeah, I might look into that. Definitely gonna polish it up though. So wait, what was I saying? Worlds Within Worlds, watercolors. Oh, right. So anyway, we have the watercolors. Like I said, the link will take you. You have the blue shades. Oh, okay, awesome. Well, I looked online just briefly because all of the, obviously these are Russian dolls. And I was trying to look like historically, do they have a specific color pattern? And there were all kinds of Russian dolls on Google. It didn't, I mean, unless somebody knows more than I. They're usually worth more if you don't clean them? Really? That one's pretty grubby. I mean, I don't have any plans to sell it. I'm just excited to have a fancy thing. Sounds good, Dawn. Okay. I'm not the kind of person that has fancy, you know, like, I don't think I own any china. Oh, absolutely, Zoe. I'm super intrigued. The other ones that I have are the metallic watercolors. Honestly, if I had like done a video on it and posted it on TikTok, right? Shiny objects. Exactly. Like that'd be one of those things that like go viral, but I didn't have the what is it? The foresight, the forethought to film it at Goodwill, mostly because I just didn't recognize it as anything, and I was like, oh, this is pretty, this could be in a Hobbit house. Oh, it's because it's silver. Anyway, and then I have a bunch of paint brushes. I have the Arteza watercolor brushes on the list, which is what I have a bunch of them here. So they are great. So if you don't own any watercolor brushes, they will do great. While I'm working on the Hobbit painting, I have my smaller brushes separated from my larger ones. So these are just most of my smaller ones. We will probably mostly use the Arteza ones, and the link for that one is down there as well. I don't know if my coupon code still works. You can try it. Like I said, I haven't worked with them in ages because I told them I wanted to take a break from doing stuff. So if you are purchasing anything on guys, words are hard. If you are purchasing anything on Arteza, you can try, hi Pri, welcome. You can try using the code EmilyIllustrator10 and see if that works. It'll get you 10% off, but I don't know for sure. Like I said, I haven't checked it in a while. So let's see. As far as the color scheme, I thought about pulling out a color cube one, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to do color cube. I think we are just going to, I mean, because the way the dolls are, you're not like opening up to more dolls, but I like to think that it's supposed to be dolls within dolls within dolls. But you know, it's worlds within worlds. So of course there's going to be little worlds, but we're working on this one today. So I think we will stick to nice, vibrant colors, and we're just going to roll with it. My goal, we're actually not going to use the glitter ones until later, but my goal is to get it really kind of vibrant, rather than the super soft pastel. I have no plans to use pencil in this. If we get our paint down and we're just like, could be better, then we may go ahead and add pencil. But for now, we are just going to do watercolor. So I cleaned my watercolor palette. I know it looks stained, but that just means that it is well loved. Sounds good, Kelly. I've got my little cup of water. I got my used towel a while back. I grabbed a towel that was just falling to pieces and cut it up into pieces for painting, and I use them all the time. So if you're wondering why it's so ragged, it's because it's a rag. All right, so we'll probably start on her little head kerchief thing here. And my instinct says red. I feel like that's classic for it. So let's grab, which brush do I want to use? Do I want to use this one? I almost feel like that one's too big. Went to Russia with his basketball team long ago and brought my mom back some nesting dolls. Oh, I love that. Let's see. This one is slightly smaller. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is from Hobby Lobby. This is a Fine Touch number 6 round. What is the difference? Oh, that one's at 8. That's why that one seemed bigger. Okay, so it's a number 6 round. If you have a spray bottle, you can kind of spray your watercolors. I don't have that with me, so I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to move my water a little bit closer so it doesn't have to travel. So first things first, let's find our red. I don't have my swatch with me. I put it somewhere, and I'm going to be honest, you guys, I'm incredibly disorganized, and it is so easy for me to misplace things. And I was like, well, we'll wing it. It's cool. So I feel like this one is going to be a bit kind of a pinkish red, which it is, yes. Okay, so let's check the red next to it. This one might be a little bit more, oh, that one's also a little bit of pinkish red. We can always mix stuff too. Those are very similar colors, actually. This one's definitely going to be, oh, I like that. That's pretty. But we're going for something a bit more vibrant. Let's check this one here. Ooh, there we go. That's a good red. That's a real good red. Okay, so that is the red that we're going to start with. I'm also using, and I think it'll be in the description, but I'm using just the Chandler Tools heat gun. When you are doing watercolor in the coloring books, keep in mind, it is not watercolor paper. The more water that you add, the more likely it is to buckle or pill up. So we are going to be doing like a layer, drying. That's going to make it last longer. So I want to make sure, I'm going to be dabbing it on my cloth to make sure I'm not saturating the paper too much, okay? So we are just going to work left to right for our first color. I'm not going to do the part around her head so much right now because I'm not sure what color I want that to be. I went out of the lines a little bit, but it is okay. Let's see. She may be lurking. Let's see, who's this one here? She was streaming this morning. See how bright that is? That's what we're going for. Like I said, I want to go really vibrant. I've actually been thinking, only because that Hobbit painting has got me in the mood for it. I was digging out, I have some really nice watercolor books that have like almost bookbinding on them from Arteza. And now, especially with that little travel Winsor & Newton paint thing, I was thinking it'd be really fun to attempt to do like a painting journal. You know how you see some of the people with those books and they like go through page by page and it's like these little tiny masterpieces all over. Shannon. Yes, a blow dryer will work. The difference between a heat gun and a blow dryer is a heat gun, number one, it is hotter. Like you put your hand under it, you're gonna really hurt your skin. It just doesn't blow quite as strong of air. So it tends to dry faster, but yes, a blow dryer will get the job done. Absolutely. If watercolor or, you know, like crafty stuff that involves drying things happens a lot, it is a good thing to invest on. But like things like acrylic paint, I don't really use it to dry that, mostly because it kind of, it can bubble it up a little bit. Little Emily and I were working on a doll cabinet for her, and we had used Posca paint to put designs on there. And I had used the heat gun to dry in between, but it actually ended up bubbling up the Posca paint. It was interesting. It's okay. Shannon, my mouth leads out letters, so you're good. Exactly. I had a gift shop for many years, had those nesting dolls. They were mostly red, blue, and green painted. That's what I was thinking, B. That's what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, that's hard. Hi, Dee. How are you? Well, feel free to hang out with us here tonight and tomorrow morning. It's gonna be fun. We got 2 back-to-back. In fact, by the time we end stream tonight, I can say, well, see you all in 12 hours. Get some sleep. So yeah, my goal today was really vibrant colors, but I was really excited about the teapot, and I was like, ooh, I gotta share that with chat. I'm excited to do these crafts. Like I wanna just go and do them now. Like I have, I've been like looking on Pinterest and ideas for, like I said, I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg. Like you could probably just buy all Lord of the Rings decor on Amazon, but I was just like, I have stuff. I need to be able to make stuff out of the stuff that I have. So that's why I was so excited to find stuff. And then, oh my gosh, clearance was amazing today. And yeah, it was all good. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because you definitely get a matte look with the watercolors. It really is. The only thing I briefly considered was there was a tapestry of sorts for like $32 that had a map of Middle Earth. But I have a different plan. Like we've got a pretty large wall in our dining room. So the painting I'm working on is going to go kind of in the hallway because it is smaller. And then I'll do another bigger painting, and I think that one will go in the living room. But for, oh dear, I went over the line. Oh well. For the wall next to the dining room, I wanted to do, I was browsing online for pictures. Let me see if I can pull up a picture for you. Okay. I want to do something like this. Isn't that pretty? Do you really, Dee? Oh, that'd be cool. Anyway, I want to hang this in the dining room. This one is done with macrame, but I think I could do something similar with felt. So I really like that idea. And then this was initially the kind of idea that I saw for a wreath, which is why I thought like the moss wreath. But oh my gosh, it was so messy all over. But I was like, oh, I could make the mushrooms out of polymer clay. Like I was brainstorming a lot last night. But I thought this was cool. The wisteria that she made out of tissue paper. I was just like, huh, that's really, so we're definitely going for like a foresty kind of vibe. Just arrived and wait, what? Tapestry Middle Earth? Yes, I was looking at a tapestry on Amazon. Like this one is obviously like AI, but I was just like, oh, a mushroom kind of wind chime would be really cool. So I'm riding a fine line of Hobbit stuff and fairy forest. There's that one too. See, I have loads of felt, so I could do that. But yeah, so I've been I've been brainstorming stuff. So, and I'm excited to do it because Steve was waiting to have any coworkers over for dinner until we were like unpacked and done. Well, most of the unpacking is done, especially as far as the downstairs are concerned. But like the walls are empty. The walls are empty, and I'm like, I can't have coworkers over yet. I don't have anything on the walls. A friend of mine for Christmas a couple years ago got me this little cheese board kind of thing with a you know how people used to have those laser engraving tools? Well, on it, it says like now serving, like it has, you know, breakfast, 11 C's, luncheon, afternoon tea. It has this whole Lord of the Rings thing to it. So that one's definitely going up. So I was just like, it just seems to make sense. Oh, I'm out of frame. My bad. There we go. All right, so that was the first layer of red. We are going to go ahead and give this a dry. Obviously, with watercolor, you can see all of the markings that Kerby has made, so you still need to know where to place your shadows and such. So after we get this completely dried, because we want it to be, yeah, it's still curled. We want it to be completely dry before we add any more water, otherwise the paper could break down. So we are just gonna let this dry. Notice I'm keeping my fingers out of the range and I am moving the heat gun constantly because, well, I don't want to get burned. I don't think so, Josephine. I want to try just doing watercolor tonight. If we get to the end of it and there's just like not enough, or I can't seem to manage the shadows the way that I want, then we may grab some pencil. What pencil? Not a clue. But something that I've recently actually put away. Do any of you use a magnifying glass or some sort when coloring? My vision, my glasses is great. My mother actually, she uses a magnifying glass. I've seen some really nice ones. Hi, Durbin. Oh, Durbin, I remembered what your other accounts were named, and I combined your points. So you are now the second highest point holder. But I know that Ottlite, O-T-T-L-I-T-E, Ottlite makes some really good magnifying glasses with lights, and you could hook it to your desk and use it that way. Or like if you have a cart next to your chair, you could always hook it to that. Okay. Whew, I really got this wet. It's not dry yet. Got a 3x3 picture wall of previously completed page. Are you talking about for the decor downstairs? Yeah, of course. Even when reading this chat. Are you able to ask me, do you usually, are you in chat usually on your computer or on your phone? I don't know how big you can make the text. I know you can make it pretty big. Okay. Okay, that's dry enough. And it is going to crimp a little bit, but we can do what Barbara taught me about using an iron to flatten the page as well. Okay. So let's get a slightly smaller brush now. What do I want to grab? This is a number 2 round. Oh, I totally missed that. I'll have to look it up. But yes, I remember what it was anyway. I think I forgot to check it. But yeah, because it was your tie and your other one. Anyway, the point is, I have it written right here because I was, there we go. I was adding them up. So Tetcal and then tie, and I put them together with the other one. So you're at 3,215 now. I was doing that before. Yeah, there we go. 32.15. Okay, so I really like. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, I really like this color here because that's this one here, and it's almost kind of like a dark maroon. I know my mom, when she was struggling to see things closer up, she used bifocals, so she could just like kind of tilt her head and then see it again. It's probably only a matter of time for me. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Oh, I do that all the time. There was a reel that I posted where it's just like, oh, when you see me color on Instagram, it's this whole, you know, like serene, like, oh yes, I'm coloring and it's wonderful. When in reality, I'm just like, Okay, so let's go ahead and use, so I don't know the name of this color. It's like a darker maroon color. I don't know, with paints, I always find it silly adding names to them because when you mix it, you're making a brand new color. I think we need just a little bit more. I want the color to be significant. Not that Kerby's are grayscale by any means, but he does add a lot of these shadows that allows you to kind of get an idea of where your shadows should be. Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice color. Oh, absolutely. Do you not swatch your watercolors? I do. I don't know where it is. I have the one for my metallic, but I just don't know. I think I took out the one for my regular watercolors, and it's probably on a shelf or somewhere. I don't know where I put it. But you know, that's the sounds good, Annette. That's the challenge, right? We're just doing it swatchless. Because, you know, I like to live on the edge. Why not? It's cool. All right, so we're just gonna make sure we add our here. It is. Yes, absolutely it is. Exactly. Living on the edge. I just, you know, like to live dangerously. Swatchless. Oh, why not? No, but today's been good. Today was like you know, good deal finds at Goodwill, and oh my gosh, clearance out the wazoo at Hobby Lobby, and I just like have all of these crafty projects on the horizon. We got tomorrow's stream. I'm not gonna lie. Today was a good day. I am by no means delusional in the sense that, you know, like, oh, I gotta be happy all the time. No, I have really crap days too, but I have enjoyed this last week a lot. It's been spring break, so Steve has been home. We've been able to do things together as a family, and it's been nice. I know it, Dee. I know it. What's the matter, Annie? Hang on. Annie's having a meowing meltdown. Annie, what's the matter? Want to come say hi? Yeah. You're so meowy today. Oh, you guys, she got in her cubby today. I was so pleased and surprised. Okay, do you want to say hi? I'm not going to let you on the desk because there is paint there. But if you would like to say hi, she's just like, I was very concerned. I didn't know where anybody was. You can't get on the desk. You go down there. Every now and then, oh, she walked that way. Every now and then, she just like has this meowing fit where she just needs to know where everyone. What did she say? For a soap opera about art students, the young and the swatchless. You said a chair, not at Michael's, man. Hobby Lobby. I could just like rent an aisle. All right, Katie, you want out? I know the door is shut. Go. Young and the swatches. Really, you know, it's funny though, because this is a new Hobby Lobby, right? And so I don't know it as well as I felt so out of touch. I had to ask somebody 3 times today where things were. I'm like, oh man. But I have so many sites to help me remember. Well, for pencils, I definitely do swatches, but for paints, I have a hard time because I just like, I do new colors all the time. Right, Josephine? It has been a long couple of months. And I think a big part of it is having Steve home. He's been helping me catch up on the unpacking. I still had like some curtain rods because when we moved in, there were no curtain rods, no curtains, no blinds, no nothing. And I'm like, I don't want the neighbors seeing in the house in the evening. So some of the rooms I had most of the curtain rods up, but other ones that I just hadn't gotten to yet, I had put the curtains up and like just tacked them to the wall. But he helped me get the rest. It's just stuff that I've been falling behind on. You know, it's hard to do all your normal stuff and all the extra stuff too. So he's been helping me not feel quite as overwhelmed by everything, which has just been wonderful. It's usually like on the back wall. Now, my previous Hobby Lobby only had, they only had like one clearance section. It was like back in the back corner. But this Hobby Lobby, it's interesting. They've got a couple of them throughout the store. Usually there's a separate one for fabric. And then for this one, there are two different ones. And that's when I like found stuff. Like I found something here. I was going to, Steve and I's 15th wedding anniversary is this month. And one of the things I was going to do is I found this today. So it was on clearance for a couple bucks, but it's this little plastic model kit. He likes these, but he does not like building them. So my gift to him is usually I get these little kits and then I build them for him and then he gets to have them displayed. Animal Planet type show with the narrator scream like of art students. But yeah, they have a lot of times, like you might find sections, I would say, with like broken like pottery or, you know, things they can't sell or whatever else. Sometimes it's kind of hit or miss, but today they had like these vases and like all of this stuff. And I was just like, oh, hello, you're wonderful. Dave Mazer, if he's got a new thing by sitting in the middle of the floor howling, oh no. Yeah, Annie especially doesn't like it if she hears us raising our voices, if she thinks that we're yelling at the kids, which we're not. But if we're like hollering at somebody like, hey, can you come down for this? She just gets up and she's just like, wah! She does not like it at all. Isis has taken to, after everybody goes to bed, sometimes, you know, I'm up late, whatever else, it's midnight, and everybody else is asleep and I'm finishing up, you know, whatever I'm doing. And she will walk around the house and not just meow, but she will like yowl and just like holler like, why is everybody asleep? Singing the song with people. Really, Chris? Oh, I think Melissa told me that she found a Johanna one on clearance too. I'm so surprised when I see something like that. But the fact of the matter is, unless you are like in the community and already in it, like there has definitely been a downturn in the popularity of adult coloring. Like it definitely has reached its peak. And then what's left is the rest of us that really enjoy it, you know? All right, so I'm going back to that first red that I used. Make sure that's all dry. And we are gonna get this more red. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that we have really vibrant colors. Now I know that like on a Russian doll, like she doesn't actually have curved fabric, but we are going to paint it the way we want to paint. I just have such a hard time using pencils in Kerby's books. I'm much more comfortable using paint. Right? In a heartbeat. Their loss is not ours. Exactly. Not that I don't already have like 20 bajillion copies of her books, but I mean, gifts, fun crafts. I'm not going to say no. Right? David Attenborough, absolutely. Hang on one second. Just clearing my throat for a second. Let's see. Right, exactly, Patty. A lot of people got really into it during lockdown. Now they're back at work. They don't have much time or interest. Yes, absolutely. Which, and I could get that, because if you're like, if maybe art isn't something, like maybe it's one thing, it's like, oh, I need to be at home and now I've got nothing to do. But I think to stick with it, as long as a lot of us have, you definitely have to have a passion for it. Absolutely. I do wonder sometimes though, like obviously I love Johanna's stuff, but I wonder if I didn't have so much social media surrounding it, I wonder if I would have gone off into other avenues. I will say that doing all of this coloring and art, you know, twice a week, it has really just rekindled my love for art in general. Like I doubt I would have ever attempted like a full-on Hobbit painting, but because of all the practice that I've gotten with you all, I mean, you talk to anybody who's a professional artist and they say, how can I get to where you're at? And what do? They say to practice. Samuel L. Jackson, right? Instead it'd be like pencils on a plane. Those nice, look good. Oh, you're talking about the cat. Gifted my niece her first Johanna books for Christmas and her most recent birthday. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I have a friend, I gifted her Small Victories. And if you guys weren't here for the last stream when I explained what tomorrow's stream is going to be about, tomorrow's a charity stream where we are raising money for a group of women who are at a rehab facility in Mexico. And we are raising money to be able to get them each their own copy of Small Victories, a set of pencils, and a pencil sharpener. My mother volunteers at the rehab facility, and like the women, they had actually my mom had brought in just these basic notebooks, right? The ones you're going to get for like $1 at Walmart, and pencils and everything else. It wasn't anything special, but it was to help the women like keep track of things during the meetings and everything. Well, they were absolutely over the moon about these notebooks because the average wage in Mexico is about $25 US a day. And while that may cover their necessities, that does not leave much room for, you know, extra niceties or hobbies or whatever else, which is how we came up with the idea of doing this and raising the money to make sure that they could all have something special and inspire them, you know, into small victories. They're going through something incredibly difficult right now, and this is a way that we can support them, and it may make them feel even more like they can get through all of this when they know they have people that don't even know them on the other side of the world. We're going to get a little bit of purple supporting them as they're going through all of this. Let's see. Use all the media on Kerby pages. Right? Exactly, Marilyn. Yeah, I struggle with his pages quite a bit just because there's so much to them. And I'm just like, I don't know where to start with these. Right? I know. I'm super excited. I'm super, super excited. Now, obviously, like, we're not sharing names of the ladies or pictures just because, you know, there's a certain level of anonymity that these women should have, or, you know, want to have, deserve to have. So there's obviously that, but I think that it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Okay, it's a little damp, but we're going to go ahead and add more. So I added a little bit of purple, and I used the slightly more magenta red to blend with it. Because obviously once it dries, it's not nearly as dark as it was when it was wet. So that is what I am trying to get across here, is we want some of this more higher contrast shadow. I sometimes wonder if Isis is going blind, but took her to the vet. Her eyes are fine. She just does not care about like playing with toys, because like we, you know, waggle a string in front of her, or, you know, toy mice or whatever else, and she's just like has no interest. And we're like, gosh, we wonder if she can see. Took her to the vet. Nah, she can see fine. She just does not care. We're like, oh, okay. I mean, to be fair, in like human years, she's in her 90s, and all she wants to do is sleep and be carried up and down the stairs. So, yeah. Okay, so let's try this and see how dark this is actually going to be now. Zoom out just a little bit. There we go. It'll start to make more sense once we add more colors on it. Wait, a snorky? What's a snorky? Like, obviously it's like a Yorkie mix. What's the SM? Snorky. Oh, that's nice, Sigrid. And she's 12 or 13. Yeah, Isis is 17 or 18 now. She's getting up there, but we get her blood work done, and the vet says that she is oddly healthy for a cat. Oh, Yorkie and a Schnauzer, that's what it is. The cat's name is Mr. Goodbar. Guys, I almost just grabbed my paint water to drink it. The other day, when I was painting, working on the Hobbit one, I had my coffee cup with a lid like sitting right here, and I went to go dip it. Thank God it had a lid. I got paint all over the top of the lid because I was trying to dip it in the lid. Oh, Lord. Steve worries about me when I'm home alone. All right, we're gonna do more of just the normal red now on top of that. All right, don't drink the paint water. I will do my best, but no promise. Oh, goodness. I have dipped my brush in my beverage. Oh my gosh, so many times. The amount of beverages I have ruined and then go, oh man, gotta go make it again. All right, so I'm gonna grab some more of that purple that I mixed. I've drank the paint water more than once. It's so tasty looking, right? No, I just am not paying attention. That's what it is. Oh, poor puppy. It's so hard seeing them get older. Honestly, if we could clone Isis, look, I absolutely would. Okay, let's get a little bit more purple. I'm going to need to dry this soon. I can feel the water is getting quite, or the paper is getting quite saturated. There we go. Let's put a little bit of red over here. So we're just kind of hopping back and forth between the original red that we used and like a burgundy and the purple. Go. Okay. Fan that out just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and dry that and see where she's at. Oh, I hope it passes quickly. Honestly, I was really nervous after Wednesday's stream because, you know, I told you guys all that stuff we did in San Antonio. Well, I was clearing my throat by the end of the stream, and when I was done, like, my throat hurt all evening, but by the next day it was gone. I was like, oh, thank goodness. That's why we have a special stream this weekend. Like, you do not want to get sick. Now is not the time. So I think what we're going to do, as soon as this is dry, which I think it is, we are actually going to go ahead and move on to our next color and let this just kind of chill for a little bit, and then we'll add more shadows as we need it. So for the doll's face, here's where it can get a little bit more complicated. I'm going to zoom out, or maybe I'll just move this over for a second. Okay, we can see that there. So we don't necessarily have any skin tone colors, right? We've got, you know, we got plenty of yellows. We've got a nice kind of ochre color over here, more yellow. We've definitely got some reds. So we are going to be mixing our own skin tone color, okay? Now, the hard part is I want to get these colors super vibrant. So how do we mix all these colors and confidently get a nice vibrant color? We also aren't working with white. We have a little bit of a black. So we also, the water is tinged a little bit pink, so it may end up helping us, but we're going to have to be, I think, brave with this one. So let's start with this kind of ochre color. Obviously, that's pretty yellow, right? I suppose we could zoom in just a little bit more. Now, I could go get my tube watercolors, and I know that I have like an apricot that would work, but we're going to take this as a learning period and try and mix our own watercolors. And because I want it to be vibrant, I'm going to go kind of brave with the amount of pigment, right? That's pretty dark. Obviously, we wouldn't put that directly on there. So now let's go ahead, and we've got some of this over here. The way that we're going to lighten this is to thin it out with water, but we'll do a few layers to get the color that we want. So let's grab this one because that was kind of like a magenta-y one. Just like black, a little bit will go a long way. Okay, so now we've got more of this kind of reddish brown color, which could work. So let's grab, I've got this kind of, there's a little bit of green mixed in with this yellow. So, well, let's see what happens. But we're going to grab this yellow color here, which is pretty light. I could add white. But I want to try and see if we can get there without adding white. I'm feeling adventurous, okay? So we're getting a little bit closer, right? I know that looks similar, but you can see that it's, well, let's see if I can zoom in. It is, there you go, not quite as dark as this ochre is. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring a little bit more red into it. Sounds good. Hi, Ronnie. We're going to, that's the challenge, right? How do you get skin tone when you don't have white? Ooh, Ooh, I went way overboard. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this ochre over here. We're going to mix it all in. But this is still fine because we want to make sure we have plenty of pigment so we don't have to mix again. All right, we're going to grab some of that. Let's see. Shift this over so I got my whole row of colors here. We're going to grab some more of that yellow. And we're going to mix it in there. Okay, we'll just mix it all in. It'll be fine. Rub it off just a little bit. Clean the brush. Grab some more of that really light yellow. Okay, we are getting really close. We're getting really close. Do I want more red? No. Do I want purple? Now, complementary color of yellow is purple. Most of the time, when you mix yellow and purple, we'll do a separate mix. This is going to be all like your color theory here, all right? So let's take some yellow over here, and we're going to put some here. Okay, so you've got your yellow. Complementary color. We've got handy dandy. Woo, hit the mic, so sorry. Complementary color of yellow is purple, all right? So you got yellow, violet, red, violet, yellow, green. So sounds good, Britt. Thanks for being here. So now let's go ahead and grab this violet over here, okay? So what will happen when you mix that yellow? Sounds good, Ronnie. What happens when you mix the yellow with the purple? Now, granted, purple's going to be really dark, so you'll overwhelm it. But what you're going to get is a little bit of a brown color, which might not be a bad thing when you're creating skin tone, right? So what we're actually going to go ahead and do is we are going to take, you see this purple kind of red that we mixed over here? Nice thing about watercolors, you can reactivate it. So we're going to take some of this kind of purplish color over here, and we are going to bring it into this. Okay, and that's actually kind of working. It's taking it away from kind of the orange and the red. This is getting closer to what we might see as a skin tone. Let's get some of the straight purple. That, we're going to bring that over here. Okay, we're starting to get a nice color. Now let's see if we can add, it looks much more red to you guys, but I promise you it's not that dark. Let's see if I lighten it by one more. That's closer. That's closer to what it is. Now, obviously, this is a very dark, dark color. We're going to add this yellow. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's add in a little bit of that kind of magenta, just a bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. Now, if you have white, now would be the time to add it. But we're not using white today. We're not using white. Oh, thanks, Josephine. We're not using white today. So as much as I want vibrant colors, we are going to need to build this up slowly. So we're going to have some water over here. Of course, the water is a little bit tinted. We're going to grab just a little bit of that. Okay. Literally, that's all we're grabbing. Okay. We're going to slide this back over. We're going to bring this in. Now keep in mind, I have a little bit of pigment still on my brush. Okay. Let's zoom out just a bit. Turn this back to how it was. There we go. All right. And let's start with her face. Now, we've thinned it out with water, so it is not nearly as dark as it was. But it's also going to dry much lighter than what you actually see. So we're going to get that brown again that we made. And right now, your biggest goal is to get even color across, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab more water, grab some more of the brown. In fact, I wonder if I could, hang on one second. I want to see if we can get our second camera here, and instead, will it let me? Just for tonight, maybe. I don't know if I can tilt it down any more than that. Okay. Move it out that way. Okay, I know you can't really see the color, but you'll be able to see like secondarily what we're doing. Okay, so I grabbed some more of that brown using that water that we had. And again, it's a little bit dark, so I'm going to clean my brush. So basically, you're using the water to thin out this color so that it's not overly brown. Okay, now she's got these little rosy cheeks. It's okay if you go over it just a little bit. We are going to go around it. And because we have this reservoir of all this color that's here, even if it dries, you can always reactivate it. Okay? So we're gonna have our water again. And keep in mind, like my water is tinged slightly pink because we've been using so much red. If yours is not tinged pink, then you may get a slightly different color. But that's why mixing on the palette is just immensely handy. Okay. And it doesn't even, what we're going is not necessarily, like I mentioned vibrant, but obviously you're not going to have a really bright orangey face, right? When I mean vibrant, it means that I want like a full color. I don't want it so light that you can't see what the color is. And the nice thing is because we're adding so much water to this, like this little bit, it's going to last us a long time, and we can just keep reactivating it and pulling what we need. Now, once we dry this completely with the heat gun, it may end up lighter. So what are we going to do? We'll go in with it again. And because we have so much of this already, we should have more than enough to do her face. Now, here is the only other issue with this. When it comes to painting, it is really hard unless you are doing it in a way like, you know, how they mix house paint, where they say X number of this color goes in and X number of this color goes in, and then you get this exact, you know, blue or whatever else. That is not the case with watercolor. You are mixing until you get the color that you want. So what I would recommend is, because we're not doing the other dolls, when you are done for tonight, don't clean that color. Leave it there, because you can revisit this palette. I mean, if you got a big palette for this one, there's 2 sides to it. You can revisit this color when you do the other ones just by reactivating it. You also want to keep an eye on how your paper, because we're adding more water than we are pigment, because we're really thinning it out. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but for me, the paper is kind of like caving just a little bit because it's getting so wet. So I'm going to try and move somewhat quickly to get the rest of this color down. Still trying to, see, that's a little bit too heavy. Still trying to keep it nice and even, and we are going to dry it. Then we're going to see how light it is, and then we'll go in again. But without white, all you're doing is you're lightening it with water. Then, like I said, there's that balance between too light and, you know, too light, and then not enough of the color is coming through. So you can see I'm just pulling at the edge just a little bit for these colors. Just want it to be even. Okay, I feel like that's pretty decent for now. It's not super smooth, but we are going to dry it. That's okay, Vicky. That's okay. It's just fun to mix it up sometimes. Okay, so I want to make sure this is completely dry before we do anything else to it, because we really saturated the paper here because it's so much water. So we want to be careful. We're just going to dry it all the way. Not quite. Because like I said, this is not watercolor paper at all. Hi, Joanna. This is not watercolor paper at all. This is higher quality paper, but it will begin to buckle. It will begin to kind of pill up. If you don't know what pilling up means, it's kind of where the fibers of the paper start to break down, and you'll notice you'll get like little balls of paper coming up. And if you get to that point, your paper is officially way too saturated. Just way, way, way too saturated. Okay. Also, your paper is going to be hot if you're using a heat gun, so, you know, touch carefully. Okay, so it is completely dry now. However, as you can see, there's no shadow. It's still, you know, pretty light. Granted, these doll faces usually are pretty light, but we're not quite at the level that we want to be. Now, if you wanted to do something really advanced, most Russian dolls are made out of wood. Now, we're not going to do it tonight because I don't trust myself enough with it. But Russian dolls are generally made out of wood. So if you wanted to get really fancy, you could try and add like wood grain to your doll. However, we're not going to do that. I'm just saying, if you wanted to get the next advancement, right? Okay, so we're not going to grab a ton more pigment, but we are going to get just a little bit more with our water, and we're going to work left to right again. Most of the time, if you're right-handed, working left to right is mostly handy. If you're left-handed, working left to right, because it will keep you from running your hand back over where it's already wet. Okay, so with our colors now, we are going to start to, and again, it is a doll. It's not like you are painting an actual person, but if you want to get shadow variation, nope. If you want to get a shadow variation, this is where you can start to put that in. Again, I'm just pulling small amounts of this pigment little bit more than what we did before. And again, I am also keeping an eye on what is my paper doing. Is it starting to pill up? Is it starting to break down? You gotta just keep a close eye on it. I know that it's starting to buckle a little bit, but that is not, oops, see, that was a bit much. And you gotta work quickly. That was a lot of water. We may need to dry this here in a second. You can usually see how much water you're doing. If you have a water brush, that might help you control it a little bit more as well. We're gonna dry this because that will break down. So yeah, my biggest advice about using watercolor in coloring books is just to take it slowly, dry in between your layers. You know, like I said, slowly, don't rush it. Just take your time. And just because I'm not using pencil doesn't mean you can't use pencil. Like, just do watercolor as a base and then add your pencil. Yeah, that is really wet. I should not have put that much water. I got too anxious to move that line. We may just, yeah, I'm going to let that dry on its own the rest of the way. We're going to work down here just a little bit. But yeah, water is a great lightener of your colors. And like I said, that's when color theory really comes in handy, because you were able to use that purple to balance out kind of the oranginess and the bright yellowness of it. Now again, I am basing my shadows on where there would be shadows on the physical doll. Usually these dolls are painted pretty flat, right? But I don't really need to worry about including like a bridge on her nose, because these dolls don't generally have it. So we're doing most of the shading around the edge of her face. Okay, I feel like, let's get a bit more water. I feel like we could go in a little bit more on the left side. Bring this in here. I don't know what color. I'm thinking like a blackish brown hair for her, I think would work. Like I said, we didn't use any white on this at all. We used yellow, we used ochre, we used purple, a little bit of pink. Let's see, let's do a bit up here. I'm going to steer clear of that area right there that I just, like here, let me put this entire giant drop of water on you. See how well you handle paper. Okay, so I'm cleaning my brush. Yeah, I got that harsh edge. I'm just using straight water right now to just kind of soften that. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little bit more at the bottom. Okay, clean, dab, soften the edge. So having a towel or a paper towel next to you is super handy in kind of blending your edges. All right, let's go ahead and give this a dry. And then we're probably going to leave the skin alone for a bit while we work on other parts. Travel to each of the states, see all the beautiful scenery. It'd be fantastic. I really want to go to the UK again and make it to Scotland. But I want to do it in a way where I rent like a camper van, so I don't have to worry about like staying at hotels or anything, and just go through everything, because like I really wanted to get to Inverness. I'd love to go check out Glasgow. Like heck, I'd love to, like, can you take a ferry from you know, to Ireland, or do you have to take a plane? Either way, I want to do all of it. My ancestry is based in Ireland. Thanks, Josephine. Okay. So I can feel a slight crinkle in the paper here where I oversaturated it. So we're going to leave the face alone for a little bit. But the nice thing is, like I said, we still have more of this skin color over here. So we're going to leave it alone, and we may revisit that if we need it. You guys okay with the camera here? I assume like a second view of the palette would be nice. In fact, I can lighten it just a little bit so it's not quite as dark. Let's see. There we go. Oh no, not that. Stop that. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. A little bit. I don't know if I made it worse. Oh, nice, Brooke. so it's a little bit brighter. There's fairies in Wales. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you want to make that whole roundabout trip. Okay, we could, oh, that should have been red too, huh? Let's see. Let's go ahead and do, I suppose this would be the underside of it, wouldn't it? Hang on, I want to pull up a Russian doll picture real quick. How is that part usually there? Okay. Russian doll. I tried looking up Russian dolls and it came up the show, Russian doll or whatever it was. Not all of them have that kind of fringe on the outside. But it looks like when they do, they just do a different color. Okay. Gosh, I'm seeing South Park nesting dolls. Okay. No, I think they already headed to bed. Possibly. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do a purple. Let's do a purple for there. That'll kind of work because then we're going to do darker hair and then we're going to do blue for here. So yeah, let's grab purple, whatever purple this one is. There we go. Oh, you guys, you can't see it. There we go. Move this up just a little bit. Oop, there it is. Okay, so just a purple there. I'm gonna add some more water to it. Dry my brush. Let's bring in, oh, that's entirely too light. Definitely more pigment. There we go. That's better. And the nice thing is because that dried, if I had done this and it had been, the paper had still been wet, the color, whatever color you're using next to something that's already wet, could possibly bleed into the next, which when we're doing skin tone, that could be a bit of a problem. So just keep in mind that when you are painting a new section, make sure that the previous one is already dry. So we're just doing one single color along here. And it's okay that I'm getting purple on the hair because I'm planning on doing a very dark colored hair for her. Okay, purple. Of course, now you guys can't even see this in the little camera. Oh, well, we'll find a balance. Okay, so let's see. It's just straight purple from the pan. I didn't mix up anything new. Ooh, that was a lot. A lot. There's like a puddle of water within the pan itself, but you can see how much purple that put on there, so not a bit much. Eventually we'll even it all out. Come and say goodnight? Yes, let me switch off that cam. Okay, now they can. There you go, Sigrid. They're coming to say goodnight. Oh no, I got it in the face a little bit. Hang on. Before that dries, you can take that and just thin it just a little bit, which means now that that face is wet, we need to dry that before we add more. You guys come and say goodnight?
Yeah.
Good night. Aw, thanks.
Night chat. Wait, isn't this like the thing where it pops open and there's another one, and then pops open and there's another one, and then it pops open and there's another one?
Yeah, like little nesting dolls.
Squishing me with the face.
All right. Ah, see, they're all saying goodnight.
Colors are beautiful.
Thanks. All right, off to bed. Hang on one second. All right.
Have a good night, chat. Bye.
All right, off you go. Love you too. All right, go, go, go.
Bye. Night, chat.
Get out of here, you turkey. What? I mean, I suppose we can shut the door and see. Actually, no, probably out. I'm doing paint. I don't want them to get the paint on their paws. All right, let's dry this real quick. A little mischievous giggle on their way out. Okay. Just gonna give this a quick dry. There we go. Okie dokie. Here, we can switch this back to here now. That one probably would have been safe. It wouldn't have shown their faces, but always make sure I have the secondary camera off. They come in. They have, you know, we have set rules for when mommy's live streaming, but you know, there's always a certain level of risk when you bring children in when there's a camera. We're just gonna play it safe. Okay, so we're gonna finish adding this purple here. That should be red. Let's go and do it. Oh yes, sorry Zoom. You're right. Thank you, Yoink. Okie doke. So let's grab our original red here. Aw, thanks, Kelly. Well, and you know, I'd like to think that part of it is, you know, YouTube is always going to be a very big part of their lives. Even if they didn't have a mother who did YouTube on a regular basis, social media, live streaming, it's all over the place. But what I'm kind of hoping will rub off on them will be the internet safety, right? They know that as a live streamer, I have certain rules for things I share, things I don't share, all that kind of stuff. And I think it's, you know, when we were younger, when the internet first came out, there was a lot of fear based around it, and rightly so. You know, you don't talk to strangers on the internet. You certainly don't go meet people on the internet, you know. But there was a lot of fear based around it. I'm using kind of that burgundy red color. No, I wouldn't. Part of it is there have been times where even just in the couple minutes they're in here talking, there have been slip ups on you know, personal info, names, that kind of thing. It is too much of a wild card. Maybe when they're older, then I might consider it, but it's too much of a wild card. But you know, I'd like to think that what I'm teaching them is not be afraid of the internet, but here is a safe and fun way to use the internet. Yeah, exactly. Not that, you know, sharing their names would be, you know, the end all be all, but part of my big reason for it, I'm using that purple now for a little bit of shadow over here. Part of it is, you know, when we were kids, even when the internet was first coming out, the kids were baffled the other day that I told them that I was older than Google. But, you know, when we were kids, not everything about our lives was plastered all over the internet, right? Now, I have a personal Facebook that with people that we know, I'll share, you know, the kids' school pictures and whatever else. But, you know, we didn't grow up with our entire childhood plastered all over the internet, right? So I want them to be able to choose. Yeah, well, that and YouTube, I would have to change my settings if the kids were actually in it. But basically, I want them to choose what is shared in their life and online. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to just be accepted that, you know, I post absolutely everything about their lives from birth to 18, you know? So most of the time, I'll ask their permission before I share things, which is why we only share hands on here. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it isn't, even though they are my children, it is not my right to share everything about them online. Just like if I were to ask Steve, you know, he's my husband, yes, but I do ask him before I share things that are about him. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's their prerogative what they want to share, and I don't want to do all that, you know, without their permission. Yeah, well, and I mean, and every family is different. Maybe those families have had, you know, serious conversations with their kids or whatever, but yeah, for me personally and for our family, I want to let them decide what they want to share when they get older. And not that I'm like ultra famous by any means, because I'm certainly not. But, you know, let's say 5 years down the road, somehow something I do goes viral. Like, I'm going to want to make sure that, you know, the stuff about the kids is all private and protected, you know? Yeah, exactly. Small circle of trusted people not to reshare. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I'm just careful, cautious. Why do you think it took me so long to do my own face cam? There's just a lot of that innate kind of protectiveness, I suppose. But I've been doing this, 4 or 5 years now? And it's not like I have it on all the time. But it is nice to be able to, you know, show you guys things like the teapot, let you see a little behind the scenes, you know. And I'm just using this regular purple, by the way. I'm not doing any kind of special mix. I'm just adding some color variation on the inside of this. Yeah, exactly. And as it is, I rarely post on there. Like I said, sometimes the kids' school pictures, but most of the time for their grandparents, I just text them the pictures and such. even my brother is he's not online much, and he runs his own business. He's incredibly busy. Basically, he has to keep his phone available for work stuff, and he's just like, look, I'll be honest, if there's something about the kids that I need to know, let me know. He's like, but I don't need daily pictures. I don't need to know that they went and got ice cream. He's just like, I just don't have the time or the phone battery. And I'm like, that's fair. That's fair. So we touch bases every now and then. He'll call me when he has some time. He'll be like, all right, I got 15 minutes. Give me the lowdown. Anything I need to know? I'm like, well, that works. Very, very practical guy, my brother. Not that he's not interested, but he's just like, okay, this is our quality time. It's like, you know what? It's cool. He's interested, but also he's got lots going on. Hi, Kara, how are you? So anything worth noting, family-wise, we note, but otherwise, brother's the same, right? Exactly. Now, of course, with the grandparents, I fill them in all the time. We send pictures, we send videos. It's hard because none of the grandkids live near their grandparents, whether it's my kids or my sister's kids or my brother's kids or whatever else. Just we don't all live close together. So, oh no, I got a little bit of purple on the face. Hang on, can we get rid of it? I think it was on my hand. Okay, we're okay. We're diluting it. We're going to dry that real quick. Oh, sounds good, Seeger. Get some rest. I hope you feel better soon. I did not just chuck my paintbrush across. So, yeah, we share what we need to. Go on from there. Sounds good, Sigrid. All right. Hopefully we can get that purple out. We may need to change up the color on there. That's just the water. I can see it drying up there a bit, slowly but surely. I sometimes wonder if this heat gun is going to get so hot that it's going to set the paper on fire. I have 2 young granddaughters, so I love daily pics. Right? Yes, and absolutely. Like, I will send parents, grandparents, all that good stuff, whenever something. And you better believe that the day we went to San Antonio, I'm using that little bit of burgundy, I was sending pictures out the wazoo, like so many of them. There were these little lorikeets at the zoo, and the kids got to, feed them the nectar or whatever else. They kept landing on our heads. So, of course, definitely shared those. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that purple as is. We'll probably add some more to it a little bit later, and I would probably add a lot more if I was doing pencil. But we're going to do the hair and the cheeks and the eyes, and then we'll come back to adding a little bit more shadow to it, because we're not doing just flat color. All right, so for a black, I've got 2. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I got these 2 ones over here. This one, if I remember correctly, is a really dark blue. Yes, that's like an indigo. Ooh, Kara, you're getting close. That's great. All right, so let's see. This one is, that's more like a burnt umber of sorts. This one, okay, there we go. That's our black one. So we're going to be adding this one here. Yeah, that's pretty dark. The thing of it is this black has a little bit of a brown hue to it. So sometimes I'll use a one of the tube ones. All right, so we're going to use a little bit of black here. And this will be probably pretty light to begin with, but that'll be okay, because then we can put in our stronger shadows and kind of, it's silly because like my instinct is like, oh, I want to show volume in the hair, but it is in fact a painted doll. Like, it does not have the same factors as if I was coloring a portrait, right? Oh wait, Brooke said, good night, Brooke. Oh my gosh, yes, get some sleep. One text messaging group. We have a very small family and just recently got smaller. Oh, Yeah, sometimes the group messages are the best. So the kiddos like to do the New York Times Wordle. And so what we actually have going on, because my mother-in-law does it, and then of course Steve and I do it, and now the kids have started doing it. So we have one group text that I called Wordle, because we send, words are hard. We all send each other our Wordle scores the next day. So we've got our Wordle one, and then I've got one that's like just the grandparents, and then I've got one that's like just my mom and my two sisters, and then I've got one that's just like me and my sisters. So I have like different collective groups based on what I'm sharing. Yes, words are so hard. Right, Megan? Megan, do you do your Wordle like through a browser, or do you do it through the New York Times app? And if you do it through the app, have you played Connections? I feel like I'm slowly getting better at it, but it's still really hard sometimes. Also, there's definitely a significant difference between when I do the Connections at midnight when you get a new one, or when I do the Connections in the morning after I've had a full night's sleep. Probably Sunday on your side. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, so it's going to be, well, let's see. Oh my gosh, it's already 9:30. Oh my word. It's going to be about 12 and a half hours from now. So yeah, because is it morning for you? Might not quite be morning. But yes, so it's in about 12 and a half hours. Right, Megan? Like the first time I did it, I was just like, I don't understand how to play this. But Steve apparently watches this game show thingy that do puzzles and games like this, but it has been, oh my goodness, such a learning curve. Okay, do you see how, well, no, I guess you can't see it. Maybe you can see it in, maybe if I turn it. Okay, there you go. You can see, you see how this is buckled? I know it's not in focus, but you can see kind of the hump. So that's what's happening as we're adding more water to it. Obviously, it's just a flat color now, so let's go ahead. No worries, Vicki. So the link is going to go live. I might set it up tonight so I don't have to worry about setting it up tomorrow. But the link for it will be live by tomorrow's stream, and then I will leave it up. I might just leave it up the whole weekend. We're just doing the one stream for it, but what I'll do is I'll calculate everything at the end of the weekend, and we'll see where we are at for that. But I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep, Barbara's ironing trick, exactly. Yeah, when I'm all done, I will do that with this just to flatten it out. Yeah, that'd be great. Is Connections a 4 pictures, 1 word thing? No. So what it is, it's 4 words. I don't know. It's the end of the day. It's the end of the day now. So if you want, you can get the spoiler for today, but it'll reset. It'll reset at midnight. Hang on. Let me pull up the puzzle real quick. Let's see. Okay. Making sure I don't have anything. All right. So this is it here. This is the New York Times app, and this is the Connections. Let me pull it up. I'm trying to be careful to make sure that I'm not doing anything. Okay. So then you go ahead and hit play. All right. So for instance, this was today's. Okay. So spoiler alert. This one is today's. So what you'll have when it shows up, you see these words here where it says blast, knock, slam, trash, apologies, oops, pardon, sorry. So all of these small words, when you see the puzzle, you'll see all of these boxes. You'll see 16 boxes, and it will have those words. What you have to choose is what words go together, like what their subject. It's never going to be as easy as like all the adverbs or all the adjectives. It's things like this. So in this case, they are sorted from most difficult to easiest. And I can't remember if, okay, so this is the how to play. So the yellow one is supposedly the easiest one. Yeah, some of them are really hard, especially if you don't understand it. The yellow one is the easiest one, and then it goes green, blue, purple. So here's what it says. It says categories examples would be fish, bass, flounder, salmon, trout. First word fire, second word ant, fire drill, fire island, fire opal. So you kind of have to know what these things are. So for instance, this was today's. So the hardest one was words that have play at the beginning. So play date, play dead, play dirty, Play-Doh. I probably shouldn't have said the second D word for YouTube. Oh well. But then the third one is defense, excuse, out, reason. Those are all alibis. So those are the kind of groups that they have. So it's not like your regular word game where like you have to unscramble things or whatever else. Like it really makes you think. Like it's hard. The first like 2 weeks that I did it, I didn't win any of them. Now I have about a probably 50% win rate. I might get a couple. So you have like 4 chances to get it wrong. And then if you lose all your chances, then you lose the whole thing. So you can make mistakes. You just can only make a certain few. But it's interesting. It works your brain in a different way than just a standard word game. But yeah, once I downloaded the oh no, it's free. So the way that the app works is like it will have 1 crossword a day. And you can get like a New York Times Games subscription, and it basically gives you unlimited puzzles. But I kind of like the idea of just 1 puzzle, 1 day. Once I get it, it's done, and I don't even think about it the rest of the day. And that's the free version. So yeah, you just download it. It doesn't cost anything, and you just get these daily single puzzles. You get a tile matching game. You get a couple different letter games. You get a Sudoku. You get a crossword, the Wordle, the connections, and something else. But you get like 7 or 8 puzzles. Like, I don't ever really do the Sudoku. I'm kind of like about Sudoku, but it is fun. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get her hair a little bit darker. I think maybe even darker than that, but let's go ahead and just get these lines in. That's the thing. Like I said, the Russian dolls are, you know, they're flat painted. So like, don't necessarily need to treat it like a regular portrait, but like my instinct wants to. Yeah, Megan, yeah, absolutely not. And that's the thing is I find I would probably be playing it more than I should if I had it. It's almost like just getting the single one a day, like helps keep me in check almost, right? So it's nice if you like puzzles and word games. It's just something fun to do. If I'm up at midnight, I'll be like, "Ooh, it's Wordle time," and I'll do it. But inevitably, I do so much worse on the puzzle. Try to stay up for it. Not that I stay up for it, but like if I'm already up, I'll be like, "Ooh, I will not be up for it tonight." Like absolutely not, just because we got a stream tomorrow morning. So tomorrow we're going to be coloring in small victories, obviously, because that's the kind of theme of the day. I don't know what pencils I'm going to use. We're actually, it's because we're not going to be using any one kind of pencil. So it's not just going to be just plain like, oh, hey, I'm going to color and you can donate kind of thing. Actually, your donations are going to have incentives, and I'm figuring out the rest of the prices tonight. I'm going to get it all finished setting up and everything. But the idea will be for like an X amount of dollars, you know, whether it's a $5 donation or whatever else. It'll be things like, I have to swish hands with what we're coloring. It'll be things like, oh, you can't use any of the, wait, what's Kakuro? What's Kakuro? Ooh, I feel like I need to look that one up. But it's going to be like anything you've used since the stream started, you can't use at all. Or you have to switch medium, or you immediately have to put down the color you're using and you can't use it again, or, you know, all those things. So the donations and stuff will be directly affecting how the stream goes. So we'll see. A lot of times when they do streams like that, where it's like gaming streams, they are like raising a ton of money. Like we're talking, oh my gosh, Dr. Lupo once, he's a gaming streamer on Twitch. He was raising money for St. Jude. And Twitch actually matched some of his donation. Anyway, long story short, there was one stream, he earned $4 million. You heard me right. $4 million for St. Jude. It was insane. So the incentives will not be priced as high as he does. I'm going to keep it around like the $5 ranges or maybe a couple bigger ones. But yeah, I'm like, we don't need to do that big. Yeah, where do you play Kakuro? Definitely be back in the day when my great mother would call me with the day's cryptograph. I was in charge of sharing it with the great Anson. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's insane, Kelly. Now, granted, Dr. Lupo is friends with a lot of other big streamers. And when I say big streamers, like it's multi-thousand. See, and St. Jude is great. That is such a wonderful, like, what is the word? Charity cause. Like St. Jude is absolutely wonderful. But so he has, other streaming buddies that were donating like $5,000, $10,000, like in one go. And I'm just like, whew, okay. But yeah, he ended up raising a total of $4 million, and it was insane. When he has the charity streams and everything, it is so much fun. It's just chaos, and it's wonderful, and it's great just to see the whole community come together like that. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. Okay, I want some like darker black. A little less water, a little bit more. Now, we can do a little bit of a highlight on this, and we may do one total, because usually when these things are painted, there's a little bit of a shine to it. It's not matte paint that's usually used. So we can add a little bit of color variation on these. Okay, so side note, I am now, I told you guys I'm reading the Bridgerton books. I am now at Eloise's book. It's having to use them now. Oh, that's so hard. Yeah, a friend of mine, I did her little boy's baby pictures, and he ended up having to go through all that. He came out of it on the other side, and he has not had any, he's hasn't had a relapse or anything, but like he was little when he had to have the surgery, and I was just like, oof, super cute little boy. But so I'm reading the Bridgerton books, right? And so I am at Eloise's book. I am really curious how they plan to do her story, if they get to it on the show. Who knows? Shows get canceled for whatever reason. If they do it on the show. Let's see. They auction brand new homes around Toledo, Harrisburg, Ohio every year as an annual fundraiser. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Raffle tickets. I gotcha. But yeah, so in the show, Eloise is this character who doesn't want to get married, and she, wants to do lots of amazing things, which is great. But like in Eloise's book, there is not a mention. I won't spoil where the book goes for those who haven't read it, but Killer Sudoku. It uses addition calculations. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Patty also. Like there's a character, like first of all, in the TV show there's Marina, right? It's Penelope's cousin, and there's that whole storyline with her. That character didn't exist. However, now that I'm reading Eloise's book, there is a character named Marina. Things are not going well for Marina, but she's not Penelope's cousin, she's the Bridgerton's cousin. So yeah, I am incredibly curious how they're doing it. And that's the other thing too, is they're doing in the show, they're doing Penelope's or Colin's book now, and they're skipping over Benedict's book. In the book series, Benedict's book comes before Colin's book. So I'm intrigued. Looks like a sum crossword. Oh my gosh, yeah, if it involves math, I'm screwed. But yeah, so I'm finding the book. I will say, it's almost like the show, although follows the basic storyline, the men in the books are very, very different. They're very, very different. So I kind of hope that they keep with the series, just because I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. All right, we're going to get a little bit more of our skin tone now that we have our black hair down. So we're going to add a little bit more over here. So, I don't know. Has anybody else here like gotten all the way through Eloise's book? I'm not completely through it yet. I'm not that far into it. I only started it. Oh gosh, when did I start it? Yesterday? Last night maybe? I listened to it while I was shopping today. But yeah. Do you guys want to hear something funny? Okay, so I've only been to our Goodwill here a couple of times. And on all of the Goodwill carts, Yeah, it's interesting, Josephine. If you like the show, I would highly recommend reading them. There's like 3 or 4 of the books. If you have Audible, they're basically free on Audible. Like they're just on there. So I had an Audible credit and I used it for Eloise's book. I'm also trying to be careful not to drag any of that black in there. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have this at your Goodwill, but so I went in there today and I got a cart because I was getting some breakable stuff, and of course I needed help carrying it. And at the carts, they had these little poles that were attached to the carts. You know what it reminded me of? We had a grocery store before where they had children's carts, and they would have these poles, but they would have little flags on them so the parents could, help keep track of their kids with these little carts. And so I was trying to think, and I was just like, maybe that's what these are for. Maybe at some point there was some sort of deal. Hi, Alex, that had flags on these carts. So, I'm getting the things, getting the special teapot, all that kind of stuff, right? And I go up to check out, and they are a bagless store, which means they don't have any bag, which is fine. And I'll know to bring a canvas bag with me next time. But they didn't have any bags. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get all of these little breakable things out to the cart easily? And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just push the cart out to the car and then load it in the trunk and be good to go. So I go to push the cart outside, and I'm like, why can't I get out of the door? And it's then, the very observant person that I am, I realize what the poles are for. They're to keep it so people don't take the carts outside. Needless to say, I had to take a couple trips to the car because, I got the lantern and the teapot and the little glass. Anyway, I was just like, well, okay. But it's okay because I got my cool teapot, so I'm happy. Best $9 I've ever spent. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of that burgundy. I want to add a little bit more shadow on her head wrap here. I expected us to get a lot more done today. Clearly did not budget my time well. So, yeah, I thought they were for cute little flags. Now it's so you don't jack their carts. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, that's a thing. I don't know. I guess maybe I just am not in Goodwill often enough. I just never noticed it. But it's cool. They know they'll be able to keep their carts, so it's fine. All right, let's do her little cheeks there. Let's see. We got this pink here. Ooh, that's very bright pink, but I think it'll be actually. I wonder if that would clash with the red. Let's actually take some of this red, just a light amount of red. Do they really? I guess I've just never paid attention. I don't usually get all that much, I'm gonna get a little bit more water for that. But I was just like, oh, all right, guess that's a thing. I was just feeling awfully silly. I can imagine that any employee that was watching me trying to get that cart through the door was probably having a good chuckle. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I had a good chuckle with another woman that was coming to get her cart. It's like, I swear I know what I'm doing. All right, let's dry our little cheeky cheeks. They're meant to be bright red. It's already 9:43, but I'm having fun. I want to get some blue on here at least. We're going to do blue eyes for her. I don't know. We might still add some pencil, but I'm really like, my brain is having a hard time processing that I don't need to do this like I would a normal, like portrait or whatever, because it is flat painted. Like my brain is not doing well. Okay, we're going to get some of this blue. Hi, Miss Sotherbell. Welcome. Forcing people to buy reusable bags. Well, see, had I known, I have plenty of canvas bags. I would have just brought it. But me and my innocent way of thinking, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's just meant to have little flags on it. It'll be cute. Aw, thank you. I just felt so silly and completely embarrassed. I'm trying to bring this card through, and I'm like, why is this still hitting them? Oh, because you're not supposed to take it out of the store. That's why. My bad. Hi, Kathleen. How are you? I just felt very silly. Here's my question though. Do we want to just work on just this one Russian doll? Or I feel like it would take way too long to do all 5 of them. Do we want to do like this whole page with the 2? That's a good question, Kelly. Maybe they expect it to like pile it in their lap or something? Oh, I don't know how they handle that. All I know is I just felt awfully silly. You know what I think I want to do? I want to add a little bit of purple to her hair. A little bit of purple. Why not? I'm going to live vicariously through her because I want purple hair, but don't want to deal with the maintenance for it. Yeah, just a little bit of purple. It's cool. Okie doke. Gosh, I feel like this is just missing so much. So much. I think it might work a little bit better once we add like the highlight shine, you know? Okay. Let us shift this up a bit. I think when we come back to it next time, it's going to be... thanks, Callie. I'm finding my instinct on this one, like a lot. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. There is this really pretty blue color right up here. I think it's going to remind me of, ooh, yeah, that's really nice. That's like a cerulean kind of blue. That's really pretty. The top is less detailed. Yeah. Yeah, it may look better once we have all of like the pattern stuff down and everything. Okay, so do that. Because it looks like these sleeves are different. So we're going to do blue on just these sections. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Josephine. So let's do the blue here. Try not to go over the flowers, but because I think it would look really cute. We could either do yellow or like a lighter pink for the flowers. But like these nesting dolls are usually pretty brightly colored, right? I'll look up in chat here in just a second. I can see it's moving out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh man, see, I chose that because it didn't have as much detail. I know someone in a wheelchair who takes a backpack everywhere and it's oh yeah, see, that would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, I suppose if that was something you were concerned about, you could like plan ahead for it. And probably if they didn't, especially if they're disabled, they could probably get one of the employees to like help them carry stuff out. I was just so pleased about that teapot. I was just like, oh, it's special now. Plus, I found this vase that actually looked like somebody. I watched some video the other day about things that people find at like thrift stores or whatever that they're just sad about because they want to know like the story behind it. But I found this vase today. There was a really pretty vase that I assumed it was just, you know, manufacturer made, right? It's a skinny vase meant to hold like a single flower. It's got kind of a spiral design. It's downstairs right now. But when I looked on the bottom, it clearly had somebody's initials hand carved in. So this little vase, wherever it originally came from, was something that somebody made. And I wasn't going to get it until I saw that. And I was like, oh, someone worked hard to make this. Like, I feel like I should honor it in a way. Like, obviously, they'll never know. But so it was green, and it's going to match the whole Hobbit themed decor. So I got it, and I will proudly display it on the shelf with the other Hobbit stuff. But I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. The initials were CM, so we could make up a name. Clarissa Montague. That's who made that vase. But I was just like, oh, such a nice little vase. So I felt like it needed a good home rather than sitting on a Goodwill shelf. It wasn't even priced. I think I got it for like $1. I'm gonna get a bit more blue here. I think I'll add a little bit darker blue on it as well. Except we're not adding a ton of water, and that just keeps the paper from breaking down a little bit more. Right? Yes, absolutely. As I'm getting the crafts done, I will share them. Like I said, a lot of the craft supplies I already had. And so I just, did some Pinterest searching and some brainstorm. And the nice thing is it's going to be really unique. Is it bad that one of the things I'm most excited about is the bathroom sign? No admittance except on potty business. Yes, Clarissa appreciates it. All right, let's try this real quick. Sue, hello, Sue. How are you? All right, so we're going to dry this, and then we're going to put some darker blue on it as well. How are you, Sue? End of the day. Yay! Huzzah for end of the day. So I went a little bit heavy on it right there, but I think when we add our extra blue, it will all balance out. All right, so for our other blue, I want to say this one's going to be more like a blue-green, and yes, it is. So let's see. Let's see this one. Ooh, that's a nice darker color. Okay, I like that one. So whatever the heck this color is, it's blue. Book she found at a used store because it had my grandmother's name in it. Mother had been the one to donate. Oh, Patty, I love it. There was a story I saw on TikTok the other day where somebody who regularly does thrifting came across this genuine fur coat, which, obviously I don't support the fur trade or anything, but it was an interesting story. So she found this genuine fur coat that was like monogrammed on the inside, and she ended up posting about it. Well, the original owner of it had since passed on. And what had happened is they had all of these special coats stored in a specific facility. Well, at some point, the facility closed or whatever, and they sold her grandmother's things. The legality of that, I don't even know. But the point is she found this woman who had found it on TikTok, was able to show her pictures to prove that it was her grandmother's, and this woman was able to reunite the granddaughter with these coats that originally belonged to the grandmother. And it was so cool that through the power of social media, they were able to get back to the rightful owners. And it's just like, oh, who knows how far that thing had to travel to get back to her, One of those times when you're like, boy, I like the internet. Okay, so we're adding a little bit of a gradient of blue here. Let's get it a little bit darker up there. In fact, let's see, what's this color here? This is that indigo, right? Let's do some of this indigo. Nice dark color. Oh yeah, that's really dark. Absolutely, yes, time to relax. All right, a little bit of fiber on the end of that. There we go. Okay. Now, in hindsight, now that I'm doing this, I probably should have dried it, but it's okay. It's not, the paper's not doing too bad right now. I just want to get that nice dark indigo here, and then we'll smooth out the edge. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants Quilt Coats. Exactly. Okay, soften that edge real quick. Oh, see, that's helping it come to life a little bit. Let's see. There was this woman whose dad died at a nursing home, and she went to get his stuff, and someone had stolen it. I saw that. Yes, I saw that, and he ended up finding the jacket. Yes, I saw that story. That was so sweet. It's like, aw. Yeah, they put out the call to say, hey, if you, this potentially, this area where, it happened, if you have access to it, and that creator saw it and went and hunted it down, right? Right? I love the good things. Absolutely. I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. All right, let's do a little bit here. So yeah, when I saw that vase today, that's kind of what it made me think of. It's just like, oh, What happened in this vase's life that had it end up here? So I was like, we're gonna take it home and give it a, we're gonna love it and hug it and call it George. All right, getting some of that mid blue. Okay. As much as I want to keep going, I know I need to get some sleep for tomorrow's stream. So we are going to wrap it up 10. We're actually not. No, you know what? We'll go ahead and do words on stream tonight. I know a lot of you look forward to that at the end. So we will do words on stream. But we're only going to do one. I get sleep so I can be here with you all tomorrow. Okay. I like that. All right, let's try that real quick. I think it's coming together a little bit more. And we can always add more shadow if we need to. I really like that blue color. That's nice. Right, Josephine? I know it. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit, get a better... There we go. I suppose we could let it air dry the rest of the way. Right? I know. It's such a nice story. We're getting a little bit of a glare from the light, but I swear it's even more vibrant. What? IRL? There we go. That's a little bit more accurate. I'm still not happy with her hair, but we may cross that bridge when we get it. You see how messy the palette is now. Let's see. So I always like to take pictures out when we're done because it's so much more like accurate. I don't know, Josephine. I think I want to do them differently. Honestly, I think it would get boring if we did them all the same. So, which is why I thought about doing, you're just seeing my stomach. It's cool. All right, let's reposition this. I thought about like doing a color cube thing. This is just so I can see my head. Like Gimli at the like, what's going on? What's happening? See, when you guys get me on cam, you just get pure goofiness. All right, here we go. That's too dark. Oh, there we go. Much better. I'm Gimli. I'm just can't see what's happening. Need Legolas to get me something to stand on. Yeah, I think we'll do them different. Like I said, that's well, I was starting to say. Exactly. I was gonna do a color cube card with it, but I was like, then that could affect. No, we're just winging it. It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's go over to boop. There it is. Bring that. I'm gonna see all the time in a senior home. Patients were constantly going in and out of the wrong rooms. Oh yeah, that's really hard. That's really hard. Okay, let's see. Let's pull up words. Words on stream. Okay, we're gonna go here. And we're going to get our link. See, now that we have the cam, I can do all kinds of silliness. Okay, here we go. Get the link for it. Hi, Josephine. Thanks for being here. Yes, I will see you guys literally in like 12 hours. Okay, I'm gonna pop this over. Oh wait, we need to get the. I didn't ever put the music on repeat. That's all right, but let's turn it up for word sounds so you can hear it. Right, guys, stay help beat the levels. Absolutely. Okay, why am I not? I think. Yeah, okay, you can hear the sounds now. We're good. Move this over here. Turn my sound up. There we go. Okay. Okay, what do we got? Oh, helper. There it is. Help. I need somebody help. Let's see. All right. Heal. Peel. Reel. Ooh, repel. That's a, ooh, Chris got real. That leer. Is that 2 E's? I feel like that's 2 E's. There we go. All right, we have one more 4-letter word. Here. There we go. All right, skip 3 levels. It's a good start. All right, Callie, number 1. Well done. Okay, I see the word. Oh, wait. Is it module? Module. Okay, let's see. We've got module, mold. We do, yep, mold is the next one. Meld, definitely. Dome. Let's see. We still have meld that we can do. M-E-L-D. Oh, loud is good. Oh, what about load? L-O-D-E? Good night, Carol. Thank you for being here. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Let's see. Okay, M-E-L-D. Oh yeah, Shannon got that one. Okay, and then L-O-D-E. I feel like L-O-D-E is one. There we go. Okay, so we have two more 4-letter words. Probably gonna start with a D. Dole, dome, dual. Oh, model. There we go. Mule. Another M. Oh, demo. Did we get demo? There we go. Demo. And then the last 4-letter word is gonna start with the letter M. Let's see. Could be M-U. Could be M-O. M-O. I don't H-I-J-K-L-M. Oh, wow. And yes, I did just have to do the alphabet. Figure out how everything, I swear. I can word. I is smart. Okay. I'm gonna limb and say it's probably the X that's the fake letter, but I've also been proven wrong before. Rail, mail. Okay, so yes, it's definitely the X. Mail, main, nail, rail, rain. Marlin! Aspie, you are so good. Let's see. What about a nil? Is a nil word? Ammy? Maybe? I know there's gotta be some A-letter ones. A lair, liar. What about, oh, marl. I didn't know marl was a word. I think it's a name. Lane, okay. And the next one's, it's either gonna be starting with L or M. Let's see. What about Nile? Is Nile a word? No. Steve, you coming to help with Wordle? Not Wordle. Words on stream. Oh, goodness. Okay, so it's gonna start with an L. What'd you say? Rude? Guys, Steve won't play with us. Let's see. It could start with, well, no. It could start with an I. What about Irma? Erna. Iran? Limna. Synonym. Oh gosh. Alright, skip 3 levels. We did good enough for that, so we're all good. Ooh, Shannon, #1 in both. Well done. Is it Choser? That's what I'm seeing. Alright, what about... Okay, so Rose. We need to clear the H, the C, and the V. Oh, chores. That makes more sense. But also it didn't work. Oh my gosh. Is the V? Cover. Oh my gosh. Okay, what about covers? Yeah, there you go. Huh. It's the V. Okay, so it's a fake H. That's rough because you got the SH, the CH. Okay, oh, what about coves? There we go. Singular cove. Orbs. Isn't a corvid is a type of bird, right? Score, okay. Roves, very nice. Oh, rove, singular. Definitely piggybacking on that one. Let's see. Over, what? Oh, yeah, we did overs. So score. 2 more 5-letter words. We got all the ones to servo. Oh my god, that one. We had an L. I could do Velcro. Let's see, Rove. Coes. Or. What about just COES? Coes. Oreos. Now I want Oreos. Let's see, Rose and Rose. We do soar? Oh, I don't think we've done soar. Yay! I contributed. Ooh, but Verso. Well done on that one. I wonder what that last one is. But hey, we got it. Skip 3 levels. We're doing well. I never remember to double check what our highest level was. Our highest level 29? Oh, tweet. That's, oh wait, I'm not clicked on it. All right, hang on. Tweet. Oh wait, there's not 2 T's. Is it Twitter? There it is. Okay, so Fake Z Hidden Eye. Fake Z Hidden Eye. Titter. T-I-T-T-E-R. Steve! Steve's over there chuckling like a teenager. Goober. What about trite? Right. Rit. Let's see, we got, oh, there we go, nice. Okay, so 3 more 4-letter words. Right. What about just T-I-T-E? You're getting laughy emojis, Steve. Let's see. Well, yes, but I don't think you can see the emojis. That I have this little heart here that pops up, and they can tap that, and little hearts and laughy faces will load up.
Thank you,
Brian? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna try. Okay, it needs to be no smaller. No, these 5 words or 5 letters or more. What about convent? Yeah, Patty, we're thinking the same thing. Convect. Overtone. Aspie coming in clutch. All right, so it is a fake C and a hidden R. Fake C, hidden R. C. Overt toner event. Oh dear. I'm doing this one so Steve doesn't do it.
There's no C.
There's no C! I just typed that for no reason! Oh my god.
What? Where did you type?
I didn't type anything, Steve. No, you don't need to worry about anything. Nothing. I gotta think of other words. Let's see. Wait, why isn't enter working? Whoa, because it had to catch up, that's why. That just all showed up all at once. Let's see. Did we get voter? Yeah, we got voter. Is revote a word? Or retone? Maybe not. Venter. Nice. More 5-letter words. That's rough, man. Taking away that C was a bit cruel. What are you chuckling about? Did you find the word? Yeah, it made me sad. Okay, we have potentially an ing situation. There's a hidden letter and a fake letter. What about racing? Cigar, caring. Oh wait, why didn't racing work then? Maybe it needs to catch up again? Ah, that's a delay. Alright, so racing. What about a B? Bracing. Tracing, yep. Maybe it's another G. Gracing. Maybe it's an F. Facing. So it's definitely a fake J. We just need to find out what the hidden one is. Have we done any letters yet that would maybe tell us? Arcing, cairn, acing, racing, herring, arcing, garçon. Oh, it's an O! It's an O! Marilyn, well done. Okay, so, it's a hidden O. Maybe it's a CIO, Garcion. Nope, that's not right. Organic, Aspie, well done. What about C-O-R-I-N-G? Coring. Yeah, okay, Megan got that. Do we get grown? There we go! Woo! Oof. Oof, that one was close. Well done, Marilyn, getting that O. I would never have thought of Garcon. That's amazing. All right, next level, level 19. I feel like whenever we only get one and it says, on to the next level, like it's so condescending, like, aw, good for you. You did it. I'm so proud of you. It's about that the first thing I think of is Duolingo on that. Let's see, it could be an ING. Gains. Maybe it's an S. Oh, dueling would have been good, yeah. What about lands? Lad, that would have been okay, well then that means what did Sue get? Sue got unlaid. Unlaid. Okay, so it's a fake P. A fake P for sure. Unlaid. Okay, so what could work with that for another letter? Oh, Kathleen. Kathleen got drain. Oh, it's a hidden R. It's a hidden R. Okay, so fake P, hidden R. So it's what is that? Runda? Oh, what did Steve get? Steve got layered. Run laid. That's a word, right? Oh, Aspie got Aspie got that word. I'm sorry. I'm like a 3-year-old. I know. I should not be laughing at these. Lunar. There we go. Lunar. That's a word? All right. Well, glad we got Aspie on our team. I don't even diurnal. What is that? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, crud. We need another word. Oh, no. Stop thinking about the word, Emily. Durian. Yay. Oh my God, I was no help. I'm sorry. I was just over here laughing like a... We're going to go on to the next level. Level 20. We got this. Aspie, #1 for both. Woo. All right, so 2 O's, probably not it. We have a potential SH, PH, hook. Just hooks. Oh, hoops. Alex got hoops. Okay, I got hooks. We need to clear the R and the E. Okay, so what about, it's either one of those. Hoopers, yeah. Oh, shopkeeper, that would have been good. Okay, what about books? Maybe it's a hidden B? No, okay. Oh, Aspie. Workshop. Okay, so it is a hidden what? Oh, hidden W. Hidden W and a fake E. Hidden W and a fake E. Okay, so what about whose? We probably already got that. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Aspie got whoops. Oh, I like that. What about whoops? Okay, B got swoop. Nice. Let's see. Workshop. So no E. W. Gosh, I keep wanting to do E. Shook. What about rooks? Did we do rooks? Oh, Steve and I both did rooks. Okay, what about okay, poos and swoop. What do we just poos? Oh, too many O's. Pores. Spook! Nice, Shannon. Whew. We're cutting it close, guys. We're creeping along. Whoosh. I feel like that's what my lungs are doing right now. Aspie, #1 for both. That's Shannon coming in clutch with that last one. All right, so we have a Z. Okay. So, Shannon got one. What about just Brine? Oh, she got Brine. That was it. Okay. Okay, so the Z is definitely fake. What about Brines with an S? Ooh, Kelly, Brined. Okay, it's a hidden D. It's a hidden D. So what about, let's see, Steve got Binder. Oh, that's good. Rebind. Let's see, Megan got Diner. Let's see. Oh, Bride. Bride would have been, oh, you're still locked out. There you go. Aspie. Aspie got Inbred. Steve got Bride. Okay, so what about, we got Brine, Bride. Maybe IED. It's gonna be another one that starts with B. What about Bider, as in one who bides their time? Ah, there we go. All right, one more. Let's see, could be RINED, Rind. What about, let's see, Diner. Rebid. Nice. Ooh, that means we're gonna skip 3 levels. We're level 24, and I'm gonna stop slouching in my seat. I'm gonna sit up straight here. We got Steve #1 for that one. Aspie #1 overall. We got this. Typing fingers ready. Okay. I'm gonna try mover. If I could click on the right thing. Mover. Employees. Oh. Oh, what about employee? Employer. Oh, employers. Employers. Polymer. Oh, that's good. Oh, no, it wouldn't be employers because... Yeah, so it is a fake V and a hidden E. Fake V, hidden E. Employee. There we go. Oh, Aspie got re-employ. There we go. Did you just you did just in time. Okay, so no V, extra E. Let's see. Extra E. Oh, Leery. There we go. Got Yelper. Steve got Moper. I wish it would just like pop up the E once you figured out what's what. Okay, so Sue got Ropey. Aspie got Merely. Oh, that's a good one. Callie got Elope. Oh, what about No, we must have gotten Elope if Eloper is a word. It's all 5-letter words left. We got 5 of them left. Let's see. Movie. E. What about just Myers? I feel like that's a name though. What'd you say? Repel. Emery. Ooh, we're getting close. 2 more. An L and an M word. What about just more? Oh, moral. Moral mushroom. No, we got that. I got too excited for a word we already got. Whoo! Let's skip 2 levels. Oh man. We're getting level 26. Is everybody ready? It's very exciting. Make sure I'm actually typed on the right text box here. Okay, immediately I see stout. Okay, so stout is good. We need to, oh, there's 2 fake letters, 1 hidden. Okay, so stout is good. We need to clear the N and the F. The other T is probably fine. What about, let's see, Alex got snout. Okay, so that would leave the L and the F. The L and the F, I'm pretty sure, are fake. Okay, let's see. L and the F, pretty sure are fake. Gluttons, stunt. Steve got touts. Okay, so... oh, it's moving so fast. What could it be then? What could be the hidden letter? Stout. Stout with an N. Stout with an N. Stint, potentially. Snout. What about... I'm looking, like I typed the letters in here. I'm trying to figure out. What about just stouty? Is that a word? Sun... Sutton... No... Oh, okay. All right. They're about to show it to us. Everybody get ready. All right. Yes, I was right on it. Buttons! Someone do button. Singular. Oh, we got this. Okay. Bouts. Yes. Okay. Steve, do button. Singular. No! Oh, okay. Alex, thank God. Okay, we need one more big one. Butts. Someone do butts. Can I do butts? I'm just yelling the word butt. Oh my God. It caught up at the everybody's done.
Can I do that?
Oh my God, Steve! What is wrong with you? Oh, what has this turned into? Oh my God. Steve's not allowed to talk anymore. I know, but it's the game lag too. Like it's just straight up. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're at level 28. I didn't give us time to get a breath. Meads. Okay. What about, Deans? Okay. What is it? Maced? Maces? What about, what would it be? Seams? Seams? Maybe it's another S. Oh, what about accused? 2 C's? Come on. No. Okay. I can't even MC anymore. Now I'm just... what about scene? Maybe it's an N. Maybe just accused. Anything. 2 fake letters, 1 hidden. Okay, what about mused? Yeah, caused would have been a great one. But yeah. Oh, Durban. Seeds. Okay, seeds. We can build on that. That means seeds. So what about okay, so what is it? Another D. Why am I not seeing it? Okay, cased? Cased. That's a word. Okay, cased. No! Unless that lag. Oh, that was rough. Well done, you guys. Oh my gosh. That was brutal. All right, let's go go back to there. Oh my word. I was like panicking. Close that. Any other situation where I'll yell, everyone type butts, and then the chat gets flooded with butts. I'm telling you, like, YouTube doesn't flag me for that one. Oh my word. Good times had by all. It really was, Allison. I didn't know what I was saying. Oh man. Okay. So this is really loud for me. All right. Tomorrow morning, about 11 and a half hours from now, everyone get your sleep. We are going to have a blast tomorrow morning. Okay. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. here. So 10 a.m. US Central Time. Okay. We are going to have our charity stream. So even if you can't donate, just come join in the fun. It'll be great. And like I said, like our goal is 300, but like, if it doesn't make it to that, we're still going to make sure that the women get it, but we'd like to see, you know, that we can get them as much as possible. So, fingers crossed we reach our goal. We'll have a little goal thing on the bottom of the screen. It'll be great. But yeah, everyone get some sleep. Have a wonderful evening. See you in the morning. And if I don't, have a wonderful week. All right, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye. Button.